Hey there, Heather Boyd Wire here, and today it's Tip Tuesday. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own paper clips out of wire. So different wires you can use for this project. Stainless steel wire. Stainless steel is very hard, and this one will use 20 gauge. I also have tarnish resistant brass from Artistic Wire. It's stiffer than copper wire. This one I'm also going to use 20 gauge. And then if you're using copper wire, or this is craft wire from Michaels, use a thicker gauge, like this is an 18 gauge wire. And then of course you'll need your tools. So for this steel wire, you're best to cut it with some heavy duty cutters. These are memory wire cutters, so just don't use your best cutters for sure. I'm going to cut about a foot of wire just to do the hand paper clip. There's all kinds of different designs you can do for the paper clips. It's really just use your imagination to create different designs. So for here, we're just going to start with the hand, and what I'll do is just start forming the rough shape of it. Now you can always print something off the internet, some clip art or something. Other things I've done for the hand is I've actually traced my own hand and shrunk it down with the photocopier or the scanner. So there's lots of things you can do for that. So we're just going to form the hand. We'll start with the thumb and then the fingers. You'll see that the steel wire is very stiff, so it's a little bit tricky to use. It's hard to get like nice crisp bends because it's very, very stiff. So just play around with it. If you've never tried it before, just experiment. This one is from Artistic Wire. I've bought steel wire from other places too, even the hardware stores. So this one's a good thickness to work with, because this is 20. If you were to use 18, it would be very hard to work with. So this is just sort of the basic shape of the hand, and then from there we need something for it to clip into, so we're going to use a round form. Now you can use a marker if you don't have a ring cone, so we're just going to bend that around here. And then the way I like to make my spirals is I just hold this and just wind it up the cone. So that's generally the way I do my spirals. And then from there, you need to clip the end. So get your memory wire cutters, clip the end. I'm going to hold it that way, clip the end. And then we're going to get our round pliers to close it up. So I like these bigger round pliers. A lot of people ask me where I get my pliers. Unfortunately, these I bought 30 years ago. Most of my pliers I've had for many years. And I do have a few pliers listed in my Amazon affiliate shop if you want to have a look and see. Otherwise, you can search Amazon, you can search Etsy for different kinds of pliers. So we're going to go in here and push that down. So this is just to make this kind of spiral that is actually going to clip onto the paper. I went a little nuts with it. I maybe did too many spirals. You can do less than that. You don't need that many, but that's the idea. And then for this end, you want to just get rid of that end. So we can just take the ring cone again and just bend it around so it mimics the shape of the hand. Just bring it around, and then you can just like clip it flat across. If it's not already like clipped in the right place, you can just get your cutters and clip it flat there. But otherwise, if it's more or less in the right place, you don't even have to clip it. So we're just going to go like that. If you need to adjust it a bit, just take your pliers and you can pull it out a little bit if you have to. And there's our first paper clip. So to use it as a paper clip, we're just going to stick the paper right in there. For a simple spiral paper clip, you're just going to take your 18 gauge wire and just cut one end. It's about 6 to 8 inches, depends on how big you want to make it. Same thing, we're just going to do a spiral, so just hold it on the cone and work your way up like that. And then we want to roll that end in close the circle. So take your round pliers and pull it in, flick of the wrist, bring it in, and then you're just going to slowly make your way in to close the spiral a little bit. Now, if you have other ways you'd like to make your spirals, that's perfectly fine. Doing it on the cone is my preferred method. I find it works well with this wire. It especially works well with aluminum wire because I find the aluminum wire can kink a little bit. Although I don't think I would use aluminum for the paper clips, it wouldn't really be strong enough. So we're just going to close up that spiral a little bit and just bring it around. And then if you need to clip the wire, if it's too long, you can do that as well. So just kind of wiggle around with it until it's flat. Like a key to get it flat is if you push this, like exaggerate it, kind of push it back, and then it pops back to the right level. And then just take your cutters and just cut it. I'm not too worried about cutting this wire with the regular cutters because it's a very soft copper wire. So there we have our paper clip, and then you're just going to stick it in like that. And you can even do like a little thing there, a little loop, and dangle something down from it if you want. So if you want to make the simple spiral a little more fancy, just take the end with your round pliers and bend it back and make a little loop in it. So we're just going to close up that loop, and then you can get a head pin with beads, or this is left over from the 10-day wire gift making challenge, the candle holder. It's this little dangly spiral, and then you can just loop it on there. We'll just close it up with our flat pliers, and there you have a more fancy paper clip with a little cute dangly. So now I'm going to cut about a 12 to 15 inch piece of the brass wire. This one's a little stiffer than copper wire. So then we're just going to straighten it up and just around the middle part a little bit to one side. We're just going to bend this down and then bend this one down, and we're going to make a little note. This is a little bit similar to the design in the 10-day gift making challenge where we did fridge magnets with notes. Those were really cute. You could definitely check out the playlist for the gift making challenge. That was a lot of fun. So we're going to just bring this around, and we're just going to form these kind of bottoms of the notes. And then you want to just clip them till they're about the same size, just to make sure they're more or less the same size. They don't have to be perfect. And then take your round pliers and bring these ends in. So we're doing a lot of spirals for the paper clips because you really need something to hold into the paper, or if you use them as a bookmark, any of these would be good as bookmarks as well. And we're just going to bring those in, and then we're going to bring the other side in, and then we're going to test it on a piece of paper and see how it goes. We're going to bring this all the way in. The brass wire is nice. It's soft, yet it's stronger than the copper, which is really good to work with. And we're going to bring that all the way in, and then just do your finishing touches to make them more or less the same size. And if you find it sticking out a little bit, just kind of push it to the back, exaggerate it back to get it to sit level on like one level. So we're just going to put this down, push it to the back a little bit. So to attach it to the paper, you could just take this and push this second loop down here, and this one too. You're just going to push the second loop behind, and then it looks still like a note. And then for other shapes, you can just get another like about an 8-inch piece of wire. This is the 18 gauge. And if you want to do a triangle, we're just going to take our flat pliers and start bending it in the shape of a triangle. So you're starting with the middle, you're working your way out, and then once you run out of wire, you can just stop. So we're just going to keep going with it around and around. This wire is really nice. This is the 18 gauge wire. It's just a craft wire from Michaels. I find it's great for the samples. It's nice and shiny, seems to keep its color well, so that's really good. And then when you have enough done there, just take the end and clip it. And then we can get our paper again and just stick it right on the paper. Now if you want to do a square, just do it the same way you did the triangle. Take your flat pliers and just keep bending it and work your way from the middle all the way out. And I really wouldn't worry too much about if the sides are the same size. It really doesn't matter. You just kind of work your way out, use as much wire as you have, and it'll look really nice once you're done. People aren't going to take a ruler and measure it to be sure, and you could do a rectangle. You could do any shapes really. Just have fun with it. The idea is you need a kind of a spiral type thing, like double lines, to be able to put the paper in between. So you could definitely use your imagination and think of other ideas for the paper clips. So round and round, and then I think we have enough for one more side. And if you want the last side to be closer to that, you can also do that, like just bend it so the last side is like closer to that side. There's many ways you can finish it off, and then you just want to cut it flush so it stays like that. And then we're just going to take this and put it on your paper. So thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more wire art and jewelry making videos. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live and when I post new videos. And if you'd like to join my Facebook group, the Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club, I'll link it up below. And if you'd like to check out my work on Etsy, my husband and I specialize in custom wire wedding cake toppers and unique jewelry. I also send out a monthly newsletter, so if you'd like to sign up below, I'll send you my Wire Art Essentials ebook, where I give a list of my supplies and materials and a few tips. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you the next time.